We are live. I'm just saying. The first one where the Pharaoh is absolutely, utterly trying to lose. Yeah, that was something I said. He's literally not got any stakes. It's like he could literally just go, actually, screw this game, and then rip the card up. It's like, oh, you've given me your Seal of Orichalcos. Hey, I'll show you a trick that Kaiba taught me in the first episode in my first big league duel. Rip. I'd have loved it if he'd have done that. He just like just ripped the Seal of Orichalcos. Mommy, no! No, he was trying to lose. He was trying to lose. He literally gave away several opportunities to win. He attacked the biggest creature on Raphael's side of the field. When if he'd hit the smallest one that was in attack mode at this point, he would have won. He then didn't use um, um, yes, but he literally would have won that turn. The difference between their life points was literally the amount. It was a 1,000 point attacker. He had a three. He had an over 3,000 point attacker. He could have taken him out of the duel, but he chose not to because storyline. It's stupid. And then he uses one of his weaker creatures with Catapult Turtle instead of one of his stronger ones. And again, could have won. I mean, granted, yes, Raphael then does something to stop it, but he uses something weaker. As I said, it's like he wasn't even trying to win. He just kept giving it up. It's because you had to have the stake. The We must have the Pharaoh do something bad and then evil. Doesn't have that effect in the card game, in the anime. Doesn't have that effect. Yeah. And also the fact that the equipment cards in the anime don't exist. They're the same card. Yeah. He literally brings back Raphael loses a creature. He loses Gnarl, and yet he brings back Gnarl with the gravity axe on it. Oh, that's how he call. That's what he calls it. He calls it Gnarl. No, he calls it Gnarl, and it's pronounced. It's spelled Gnarl. Because that was their weak spot. The fact that they had to be equipped with their equipment. Isn't there a GN? Hmm, hmm. Which there isn't a card. No, no, no. In the show, there isn't. Yeah, he just summons them. Yeah, and then they suddenly have the equipment. Yeah, yeah. But he then gives it afterwards. But then again, he activates trap cards he doesn't set as well. You see his field. There's no card set, and then he suddenly I activate this trap card. But then again, you're still getting we're still getting gimmicky stuff in the last couple of seasons, like heavy storm only affecting one side of the field. It's just storyline. I mean, he is supposed to be what 20 years old. Well, no, no, he is supposed to be so old. He's supposed to be quite a lot older than Yugi. Yet when he was a child, Duel Monsters was already out, and yet Duel Monsters hasn't been out that long. Yeah, Duel Monsters had only been out a couple of years, and yet I think he has Yatos as a kid. But then again, the show is so inconsistent by that point. It's crazy. It's a lovely, gorgeous mess of a show. And also another thing to consider as well about the episode, that particular episode, is what Raphael says about it brings out the darkness within you, Pharaoh. Okay, the darkness within you. The Pharaoh's spirit is sealed within the Millennium Item. In the Millennium Item is literally the darkness because Bakura's in there. It was one of the things I suddenly thought of last night. It was like, because Raphael did the, yes, it brings out the darkness within your soul. Hold on, isn't Bakura hiding within his soul at the moment? The literal embodiment of the darkness? Yeah, it's just No, but it's still part of that MC Escher drawing that is the Pharaoh's mind. That they always say is like intermittently they will say it's the soul of the Pharaoh. But as I said, it. Oh wow, someone's trying to get their bots banned. Just ban two bots in a row. Geez, social. I like the one you get. I think hot viewers that. Oh, no, the best viewers. It's like, damn it, why does Ollie get ads for the best viewers? I just get viewers. No, you've only got peak viewers, not peak viewers. Yeah, but he's a viewer, not a viewers. They'll get you one additional peak. Hmm. You just need an extra one, and then you got peak viewers. It's like the no homers club. Well, what about Homer thingy? No, there's plural. No homers. We can have one. Well, let's get this started. Uh, oh, we just got an apology from Jacob. He's going to be late. He says he should be able to make it after 8. That's all right. Okay, let's get this party started because we haven't actually got the intro at the moment because we're on the we're technically on session 0. Well, no, 0.5, 0.75 session, not quite session 1. This is the yeah, exactly. As you're just about to start your trip to Icewind Dale. And we start off as each of you has been instructed to meet at the Adventurers Guild exit from Gobbo at 7 o'clock in the morning. So, which one of you is going to arrive? Well, it's this set of stairs that leads down to the Adventurers Guild. So, which of you is going to arrive first? Okay. Everyone else is sort of stacked on top of each other. So, okay. So you head down the stairs, past several office doors, past several doors, to a large, open, well, e- cargo exit to the city. There are wagons, and there are people busily scurrying around, moving boxes, and there's several adventurers, there's several people with several other goblins with supplies. As you walk in, Goblin Majima is there talking with Nux and Rhea. Ah, see our young adventurers have arrived at last. Well, well, I like to see that you're. Well, I see that you're keen. Hmm. Hmm. You think they'll do? No. Nux sort of looks at him and goes, "I think they'll be okay." Well, I'm not attempting to do the voice. I'm just sort of. Hmm. She- Rhea looks over at you. Oh, have you not seen? Oh, I couldn't remember if you'd seen her or not. Yeah, she's kind of gone to the point where she's eaten everything that was in the pot. But then again, she does have that other outfit as well. Still, I'll put it in the no, in the right beside her. So yeah, she can still rock that one. She's been working out. She's got some goblin gains. That's because your token was under your robot. A guy in a hat comes running in, does whispers and stuff to Goblin Majima. Yeah, you're there now. You're on the staircase. Say you're on the you are on the staircase now with your robot. No, the no, but it's your turn, so you can come and join the conversation. No. Yes, I saw it, and the answer's no. Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, as I said, I'll mention a few things. I'll send you a message about the specifics of that. Um, it's yeah. I'll message you about specifics on that one. Um, it's nothing to be concerned about right now. Rhea sort of beckons Roxy over. Whispers to you, is everything all right with the... She gives you a wink, like, yeah, I'm just checking on them, just checking on the magical items. Yeah, we're meeting outside the tower. It's not a tower, actually, it's going downward. So, yeah, as I said, it's not a problem. This isn't an area of the city that you would be familiar with because only adventurers are allowed to enter here. So the fact you've been instructed to come here is unusual. But then again, you knew you were coming. You knew where you were going to be leaving today anyway. So um, from behind the robot comes a door opens and a guy in a very swishy cape comes out. But why doesn't it have robot? Why doesn't it have fists? I think it should have fists. Why? Why have you not done that? Well, that's because you're very young and you haven't seen one yet. Have you ever actually seen an octopus? I know I have in my many adventures. Hmm. Amongst the horrors of Barovia? Hmm. I'm not sure. He swishes his cape slightly and goes like, hmm. Hmm. But either way, you should respect your elders, kid. Don't you know who I am? Nux comes up behind you and gives you a clip round the ear. That's Baron Borkel, you twit. The same. Mm. He looks down his beady nose at you. Could you move? Could you move this tin pot out of my way? Mm. Okay. He taps on the door. Lady, are you waiting? Are you ready as well? We need to start the. Well, we need to start the PR event. Coming comes a voice from behind the door. Walker walks in. Golden Majima, are you ready? Oh, yes, yes, Baron. We're almost ready. We're just getting the last of the intelligence together. Majima, is this our actual intelligence, or is this the same intelligence you would have given us before? Because I don't think these youngsters are ready for that kind of that kind of chicanery. Of course not, Baron. I'm pretty sure that they're. He looks to the guy in the hat. The guy in the hat shakes his head furiously. Oh, it's exactly the same, Baron. It's exactly the same. Oh, fine. Okay. Well, let's get this party started then. Okay, everyone into positions. Go on. Hello, coaches. The door opens and a couple of other officials come running out. One in a big red hat, one in a big black hat, a woman in a green dress. Are they all busy themselves getting into a position? Mm, okay. Then Vocal steps forward. As the leader of the previous expedition to Barovia, and now Baron of Barovia, I, Borkle the First, Rhea sort of chuckles and quickly, no, Borkle turns like, see, I normally do these speeches while you're not here. You're very distracted. I am here with representatives of the Church of Rare, and we're here to bestow our deepest and most profound blessings upon you, our new ambassadors to the region of Icewind Dale. You're going into a deeply dangerous area full of extreme peril. You have shown to be the bravest and only ones who would take up this adventure, as well as that other little Piper guy. I think we actually had to grab him in a net. He agreed and then said he didn't want to go, and then he was convinced his bagpipes made him invisible. He's either here or he's in your wagon in a box. He's around here somewhere. Don't worry about that. But, mm, but as citizens of Gobbo, it is your responsibility. Go forth in a forthright way, show that we in Gobbo are civilized people, heroic and brave, and will continue the legacy of our founders, the great Goblins, Warren, Nigel, and Brody. And it is in that spirit that the fathers of our city have come here and are offering you one of their own goblin hounds to go with you if you seek their aid. And so all I say to you is good luck. Here, here is all the intelligence we have on Icewind Dale. He hands you over this huge tome of paper, hands it over to the paladin. You gonna have a look at it? It's blank. Please try to fill it in while you're there. Yes. Yes. And 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 now Nux will give a blessing to you in the name of the goddess Rhea. She sort of turns to Rhea, goes like, and gives her a wink, like, Goddess Rhea, please bless these simple goblins as they go about and attempt to break the curse of the Frost Maiden. Please keep them safe and keep them sound and in good body and good mind as they travel forward in your safety and in your name. Amen. Rhea just looks at her like, and Valencia gives her a good job. She blushes slightly. So you can go around the Adventurers Guild shops and just buy anything you'd like before you go. Once you're ready, just tell the drivers you've only got about half an hour before they're going to want to leave once they've brought the horses in. So, um, yeah. It should be on your character sheet. There are various traders around the map. Um, yes, there's a trader that sells all sorts of odds. It's the one with the multicolored jumper. Yeah, that's Nigel. No, he's the one who's he's selling this sort of general stuff. Like Rose is there selling spells and well, sort of books and potentially scrolls and things. Um, Nigel's there selling general stuff like armor and survival gear and things like that. And Warren's there selling food. Nigel looks at you and goes, "I um, should be able to do that." He looks a little startled for a second, but then goes back to what he was doing. Um, yes, we've definitely got some of that. He goes to pull out some winter clothes from in one of the boxes. Do you want that now, or do you want it put on the wagon? Okay, so winter clothes around here this time of year, 50 silver. Um, it's half a gold. Well, remember, it's basically like uh, the coins are basically the same as um, 1p, 1p, 10p, 50p, £1. Yes. Well, if you're going to be, are you going to head over to Warren to get some food then? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Warren looks at you. Yeah, of course. Got lots of winter clothes. We don't really need it so much here in Gobbo. Yeah. And you, were you after some winter clothes as well? Guy. Sorry, they wouldn't know what any of that was. Um. Oh no, I meant like um. Hold on, Guy. What were you after? Oh no, iron exists because things are referred to as iron ingot, iron daggers and stuff. So iron's a thing. Oh, okay. Um, what do you? How much iron do you want? Well, the city has quite a few bars of iron. Um, um, I'm just looking up the price. Fair price for an iron ingot in D&D. Unusual time to get an ad for Spotify. Oh no, Shopify even. Yes, get your iron ingots on Shopify. Oh, for feck's sake. Okay, a pound of iron costs 1 silver. That's for only 1 pound of iron. 1 gold. Um, that would be £10 of £10 of iron. Because remember, it's 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold. Yeah, sorry, I got it muddled up when I said it. Everyone does it. Everyone does it at least once. Yeah. Uh, there we go. Uh, moving your tokens around a little bit. So the chat can see who's talking. Okay, so mm, okay, so he quotes to you the same price as the others, half a gold for the clothing. Yeah. Five. Yeah, you just convert it. So um, yeah. Okay, it's at that point that Jacob's character emerges from a barrel where someone plunked him um, during the night. Yes. Okay. Um, you're facing down a goblin in a rainbow coloured sweater and a rainbow coloured hat, and a elderly goblin priestess. Okay. Uh, no, because no one's met you yet. So, oh, could you quickly describe that outfit again? Just so red waistcoat. Yeah, yeah. Mm. What what color were the trousers? Red. Oh, it was the shoes I got wrong. Yeah. Bucket. Yeah. Bucket top boots. What color? Black or sorry, brown. Okay. Okay. I'll correct your character picture after the session. That's all right. I was just not writing it down so that I wouldn't forget because um okay. So from behind you, the rest of the party hear someone jumping out of the one of the barrels and playing some pipes. About uh, about 30 about 30 feet away uh from you, Jacob, is well, Ross is a black-haired goblin scientist with a robot, a busty red-headed goblin cleric, a goblin version of the chocolatier from the Linda lads in white chef's robes, white chef's outfit, and a goblin paladin um, in chainmail with black hair, who looks very young and wide-eyed. Ah, Nigel looks down at you. Oh yes, I can definitely sell you some warm winter clothes. Given your diminutive stature, it'd only be a quarter of a gold. You're small even for a goblin. Oh, of course you do. Seem a charming chap. Although be careful around Brody, he might not understand what you are. Oh no, no, just don't uh, don't antagonize Brody. He, as I said, he might think you're a chew toy or something. A chew toy. Have you met a goblin hound? Ah, you'll do okay. Oh no. Mm. He sneaks you a bar of chocolate anyway. Well, you're gonna make sure you have got plenty of food. Mm. My my grandfather used to tell me, got to be sure to have, got to make sure to have lots of food and water. Make sure you got plenty of water, supplies. You don't want to be without those. You're traveling a dangerous path. Yes. So you got to make sure to be, you got to make sure that no one tricks you. Remember, I've told you before. Right? At the little stationery shop, the little newspapers, my that my grandfather owned. People always used to trick him. Always try to trick him. And he'd say, "Don't be tricking him. Don't be tricking my boy, my grandson." So yeah, mm. And you don't want any incidents with protection potions. The said about that, the better. Mm, mm. Yeah, you don't want any incidents. Yeah, you don't want any incidents with those. So yeah, I've got I've got um got lots of food here, fresh food for your trip. You know, keep you from any kind of illnesses on your way there. But when you get there, you only really have your rations, which aren't really very tasty. So you'll need to secure some food when you get there. And keep your rations dry. Um, I forgot I haven't actually got the chart up. The problem with that, it's the problem with having, I forget to have everything up at the same time. Rations, 5 silver. Um, just find it again. So, okay, rations. Um, 5 silver pieces for 1 day's rations. Just so you know that as you are a small creature, you require actually no, it's only appropriate for the tiny creatures. So yeah, it'll just be Jacob. I mean, sorry, Ross. I mean, sorry. It'll only be appropriate for Ross. He only takes a quarter of as much food. He only requires 1/4 of a pound of food per day because you're a tiny creature. So you only need a quarter of a pound of food to avoid getting any like exhaustion or malnutrition. One set of rations is actually 2 pounds of food. So it would one set of rations is enough food for you for 2 days. For Ross, it's enough for 4 days. So, well, no, 8 days. Yeah, yeah. You you do not take a lot of food. You want me to? You want me to? Cheese cake. Warren looks very confused at you. Cheese cake. Garlic bread. You mean bread with garlic bread? Warren seems very confused by this. Hmm. I'm sure when you I'm sure as a celebration when you get back, I'll make sure to have that ready for you. Your cheesecake and your garlic bread. He hands over several packed up things of rations. They're nicely bound and wrapped um, to make them a little bit water resistant. Not perfect, but should help keep them dry. Um, and and you, sister, do you need any food? They heard from Rhea that you would need a little extra. Yes, yes, yes. She's already mentioned that to me. I've already loaded it. Yes. Um, oh, you have to speak to Nigel about that. Um, mm, like I said, Rhea mentioned it earlier on. Her nuts. Yes, yes, yes. He blushes quite a bit at this point. I think everyone I think pretty much everyone has. No. A goblin in a leather jacket and a baseball bat walks past you. Morning. He clambers under the cart and starts um, checking the fittings. Um, so, Jack, you gonna buy any supplies? Um, it might not actually be an item you can add. Um, you might just have to. Hold on, I'll have a look. Yeah, you gonna buy any food? She's a growing girl. She needs iron. Basically, he's a big fat girl. He's got to eat a lot. Okay, so you got 20 pounds of iron. So what I'll do is I'll put it as 10. Okay, I've added 20 pounds of iron to your inventory, Jack. You might need to refresh your character for it to appear. Did you just? How many rations did you buy? 5 silver worth. That's 2 days. Just so you know, you're going into an area which has been stuck in winter for several years. Food there is very short on, well, very small supply of food there. So I would suggest rations as being a common sense decision rather than be giving the game away. Well, you're going to buy 4 packs of rations. That means effectively you have rations for 8 days because you get 2 pounds of rations. You need 1 pound of rations to not get malnutrition a day. So you have got a week's. You have got over a week's worth. So that's 2. Yeah, because the same rations would cost you 10. Would cost you 5 gold in Barovia, in Icewind Dale, because people are starving there. So yeah, here they're 5 silver. There they'll be 5 gold. Um, okay. Um, okay. So the next thing was going to be sleeping supplies, bedding and stuff. Um, yeah, yeah, you started off with that. Mm, mm. Well, you can get that from Gorshlax. Mm. She's looking after it for Nigel. Oh yes, I'm just in with the store. Oh, my Undertaker. Oh, oh, I can look after that for you, my girl. I assume you don't want the stuff like you used to have in the orphanage. Something a bit more comfortable. Oh, I'm not Mother Superior anymore. Oh, thank you, my girl. I see that the blessings of Rhea have been upon you. You keep them safe. She gives you a little wink. Here, have these two extra blankets for free. I think you'll need them. She gives you a little hug. You keep safe, my girl. Oh, here he is, my little adventurer. Oh, oh, I'll get it. Oh, I didn't realize I was doing that voice by accident. Get the ketchup. Oh, no, I was just suddenly thinking of a weird crossover. No, no. Weslesius decides that he's so desperate to get back his vampiric powers in any way he possibly can. He accidentally ends up as a mutated vampire duck. The ducks of Barovia. Legend, legend has it these foul creatures destroyed by a stick to the heart or exposure to sunlight. Yes, I told him that quote from Urban Gothic, one of my favourite lines from Urban Gothic. So yeah, yes, yes, we've got to watch that at some point. I'm Count Dracula's lawyer. His lawyer? How long have you had a lawyer? 1894. And it doesn't bother you that the person who signed contract with you is standing here without a single grey hair on his head. Well, no, thanks. Um, well, I think you'll find that being well over 100 years old isn't against the law, but you are holding him here against his will, which is, as I said, the urban gothic quote was just you know, challenging a vampire and being like, okay, what things will kill a vampire? They go through all of it, and then he gets to a stake through the heart, and the vampire responds with, "Show me something a stake through the heart won't kill." Yeah, show me something a stake through the heart won't kill. Well, then you can't stick a stake through the heart of something that doesn't have a heart. I think there's only maybe one thing, maybe an octopus. I think it has multiple hearts. Well, stake being Stake, so a wooden stake. No, but if you're going to be not really, it's a cocktail stick. Not really. A wooden stake is is like a I would say is actually a um I mean it is literally a tool usually, like it's because it is a piece of wood which is specifically for hammering into something like a marker post. So it's going to have to be quite hefty to meet its very definition. It couldn't be the size of a cocktail stick because you're never going to hammer a cocktail stick into something. Yeah, Buffy was a bit liberal with its like even in the Buffy RP system, as long the only condition was to do the 5 times damage to a vampire for staking it through the heart was literally for it to just be wood. But then again, that's the one that establishes that the ultimate one of the ultimate weapons in the universe is a HB pencil when it comes to killing Green Lanterns. Oh yeah, but moving on. So Gorshnax is basically sold you some stuff. She's just about to sell Ollie some bedding. Yeah, in addition to whatever you were buying. Um, bedroll. Bedrolls are a gold each. Of course, you go. Here you go. And here's a couple of extras. It's gonna be a long trip. She gives you a little stack of comic books. In saving these, good boy. He gives you a hug. Yeah, you'll have to add the comics as a custom item. Yeah, I believe because I own Icewind Dale, it should appear as an item that you can add winter clothing. Because I know it appears in the book. Mm, that's it. Cold weather clothing. Sorry, I got the name wrong. Thank you, Ollie. It's one of those ones that has a very, very particular name. Always under like cantaloupe or something, or yeah, yeah. Um, okay, so that's okay, so you bought all the food. Do you'd have that on board because you got like barrels and stuff. Well, there's like crates and things of supplies that will be empty as you get there. Yeah, yeah. She's to the north of the map, with the hounds. Um, did Ross and Jack need to buy any bedding? Only if you want to die of carbon monoxide poisoning. Yeah, it's 1 gold for a bedroll. Um, Jack, you gonna buy a bedroll? Yeah, as I said, 1 gold for that. Um, who's gonna? Anyone gonna go up to see the hounds? Uh, okay. As you get to that area, you see a goblin with long blonde hair in a black flowing dress sitting at a table, scribbling some notes. As you as you approach, she swings around on her chair and smiles. Hello, uh, one of you, one one of my sister's little friends. Well, one of my sister's little babies, all grown up. Well, you must be one of the ones that my little Borky's sending out. He'll always be Borky to me. Mm. Mm. Okay, um she's got various scrolls. Um, says to you, but are you disciplined enough to use these sensibly, sister? Okay, give me a charisma check. Hmm. 'Cause I have one spell here that could be very useful to you, but like I said, I could only really give it to someone who's going to be sensible with the power. Because um, yeah, no, yeah, with a nat one, no. To purchase. Um, you know what? I'll let you try it. No, no, no. I don't think you're gonna fib on this one. Okay, she agrees to that. It's a scroll of moonbeam. No, she's just letting you have it. Yeah. Oh no, no. It's okay. I wanted to help out my. You're doing. You're the ones that Baron Borky. I mean Borkel um chose for this mission. So and if you ever want to wind him up in person, just sniff the air and say, "That's cinnamon." She goes back to her job, and it's just basically a second level spell scroll that allows you to cast Moonbeam once. Okay, anyone else going to head up to the area where Mura is? Did you have to say, "I'll do that" or "I'll be back"? Okay. As you get up there, there is like a large number of green hounds wandering around, and there is a blonde, um, blonde goblin at a desk wearing a long black dress and a black hat. Ollie, you've got to move closer to the mic. I can't hear you. Yeah, I think I'll just have to turn your volume up again like I did before. Okay, there we go. Yeah. As soon as you come running towards you, the dogs, the hounds, which are about the same size as you, come running towards you. Birdie, 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 birdie. Okay, you are getting ganked by the hounds. Well, especially the puppies. Yeah, slobbering with advantage. No, but you might end up drenched for a little while. Dog slobber. Birdie looks at you. Birdie, 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 birdie. You understand what he says. Oh, hello. You are you here looking for one of the adventuring hounds? Birdie, birdie, birdie. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Tricky Boo looks at you. You understand exactly what she says as well. She says, as long as you take the right pup and don't get them hurt. They both look at you like, of course, yeah, our pups are strong. If you want to take a hound with you, you can. Might be useful to sniff out food. Uh, Brody is the bottom right. Tricky Woo is on the bottom left. The pups are the ones that are closest to you because Brody and Tricky are their parents. Okay. Yeah. I haven't made it yet, but I will make one with appropriate stats. So far, they're not named. So Brody says you'll have to name them. The stoic little pup look. The stoic little pup looks at you like. "Hmm." Okay, don't worry about naming it for now because you'll have time. Um, okay. Was there anyone else? Well, was okay. Jack, you wanted to move up towards the hounds and Rose. What did you want to talk to them about? Oh yeah, yeah. Ollie's character, yeah. Drugs. Tricky Woo growls at your robot. Mm, ready, ready, ready. Freddy basically says, "Stop upsetting Tricky." Ready. Freddy says it looks like a chew toy. Brody is as tall as you, and his head is big enough that he could actually bite off your head. I'm just letting you know you are messing with something which to you is the size of a tiger. They may be called hams, but they are literally like big. You can ride these into combat. The only person they're more threatening to is Ross, because they could literally eat him. Just nom. Pretty easy. These big hounds. Um, but I don't think it's anything else anyone wants to do in Gobbo, is there? Okay, so Ollie's finished in Gobbo. Um, Clee's finished her inspection. So the wagon's ready to go. Well, yeah, good Clee was inspecting the wagon, just putting her into cannon in a subtle way. Yeah, the one who doesn't look like Tifa with Barrett's gun. Sorry? Yeah, he's a resident of Bargersung. Um, I think it was Ollie's character who said he wants to go there afterwards. His ambition is to go to Bargersung, the village of heroes. But technically, you're small among small people. The biggest person in the room is Goblinoid, who's huge. Yeah, he's actually a large creature. Because he's part bugbear. He's like a weird amalgamated creature due to magical messing around. Um, he's not a bugbear in the sense of actually a bugbear. He's just like a scaled up goblin. But aside from that, you are technically the smallest goblin in the room because you're half the size of a regular goblin. So in the terms of every time we do anything with Every time you do anything with a grid like this, you actually take up a quarter of a square. So you can actually go between creatures very, very easily. Goblins can normally go past people because they're half a square. So you can even if it's single file, goblins can go past each other in a 5 foot square. You can do that easily because you're a quarter of a square. Um, but yeah, I think that's all. And you've already had all the political stuff. So yeah, I'll just group you all up if everyone's happy with leaving Gobbo. Okay. So one, two. There we go. So I was just getting all of you because uh, okay. So um, you've left. Sorry. Okay. Oh, freaking hell. Ah, there we go. Town guards. Townsfolk. That's what I was after. Mm, so, one last person. I forgot to put the tokens up. I'm just quickly adding them. Yeah, should do. Okay, you are um, on. You are with a wagon train heading into Icewind Dale. There are um, four um, four caravan staff with you. There's Null, who is the hard-nosed owner of this caravan company. Jocelyn, his wife, and Grist, the caravan's guard. There's also a mysterious merchant in a hood. He was only about the same size as you. He was also riding this wagon train. You've been traveling now for several weeks. Um, your goblin hound is just running alongside at the moment. You've got into the area where the weather has dropped and the snow is starting to fall, so you'll have put on your cold winter clothing. As you travel into this narrow ravine, there's a frozen river on your that you're following. Soft padding of paws on the gathering snow is all but lost as the storm picks up again with its coat of a mix of mottled ground. Oh no, that's not a description. Okay, can I get a perception check? Um, yeah, you see it on a 16. Um, there's something trailing you. Sometimes along the hills, sometimes behind you. Some kind of snow leopard, snow lynx. Difficult to spot against the snow. Hmm. Um. So you're going to keep an eye on it. What easy with your? I swear sometimes Ollie, your mic is terrible. Ah, okay. Um. Like somebody start whispering. Like, what you're the thing that's following you is like a lynx with a large fluffy tail. Um. No, no. The others have described it though out loud. Um. It keeps it's staying quite distant. Um. I will just. It should. Hold on. I'll put the token close. I'll put the token in range so you can see where it is. Because It's having a little issue with the token I was going to use. Ah, that worked. Okay. No, it's not that big. Okay, it's presently 35 feet away, up on the slopes to your right, running parallel to you. 35. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, it's snow everywhere. Okay, so there's your mage hand. Okay, you throw the snow up in the air. Big plumes of snow cloud up into the sky, and it immediately darts into the bushes and out of sight. now rushes over to the other wagon as they seem to be having some difficulty. One of the runners seems to have been caught, and they're just sorting it as you approach the corner at the bend in the river. As you get to the corner, the middle cart starts to have trouble. Can you roll? Can you roll initiative? Yeah. Well, it's going to be more urgent for you, Jack, because you're in the wagon that's going to go into difficulty first. Okay, so all these last 15. Okay. The middle cart is starting to slide towards the ice. Yeah, that's the one you're on. Yes, you are. You got 18. So, um, okay, you're the one who you notice it. Um, you notice it first that the wagon is starting to slide towards the river as they're turning to go around the corner. The rear end of the wagon is starting to jackknife towards the river. Oh no, it's Ross's character who noticed it first. He got an 18. You were second. Um, did you want to try anything? Jacob, as he got the highest. You're in the rear cart, so you're 25, 30 feet back from the second cart. It's there's the mysterious hooded stranger, Jack's character, and Jack's robot. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yeah. With your proficiency, well, add a proficiency bonus as well. We only get a couple, but yeah. I assume you'll be yelling to him as well to give him some warning. You're throwing him a rope. Yeah. How much did you roll? Oh yeah, that's more than enough. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah. Um. Well, this only takes place over the course of a couple of seconds, so it's in Ollie's turn. He could help you, and that would provide enough anchorage between the two of you. Um. Depending on if Jack gets what you're doing, because it's his turn next. So okay. So you've just okay. So Jack, you've just had um, Jacob throw you a rope, and you're now aware that the wagon you're on is starting to slide towards the river. Not that would be effective in snow against the slide. It's going to have less effective brakes than a bicycle from 100, 200 years ago. It's just a wood cart. No, no, it's not designed for this sort of thing. It's just to really stop it rolling when it's not a brake, and it's more like a handbrake on a car. It's not really, it's not a brake like a brake car brake. Yeah, that's the way. That's the what I was. Yeah, thanks. I couldn't think of a way of describing it. Like I have experience. I have a yeah. I know what these wagons, what these sorts of carts are like. I used to go to school on a cart in the 80s. Jump off the side. That's one. That's always one solution. I was right beside him. They're not. They're literally 5 feet apart. 5 feet apart. Mm, I don't know. It's on his. It's art of being an artificer. Um, um, features and traits. Outside of traits, class features. Oh, I know why you can't find it, because technically you don't have it yet. It's not functional yet. It doesn't. You don't have it until like level 2 or 3, so it's not really functional at the moment. I wondering why I couldn't find it. It's because it's your, it's after your subclass, so it's like level 2 or 3, three probably. You could literally just push it over the side. Yeah, you could. Yeah. Okay, so the bot falls out onto the snow and um, just bounces slightly in the snow and rolls to one side. uh, yeah, it'd be an interesting. It would be an interesting one. I was gonna say, if you're a masochist, would you roll that with advantage? Thought for the philosophers. Okay, so you're tying the rope around yourself. I'm not going to be mean, and I'm not going to be mean. I'm going to make it so you tie a successful knot. Well, I'm not going to be nitpicky and be like, like Mythbusters with the rope in the hose in Die Hard and how it would have broken John McClane in half. Sort of levels of. Mm, well, yeah, with plot armor, exactly. The mysterious hooded figure sees you lot jumping out and jumps out. Like, I ain't trying this. And plops into the snow. Well, not pops into the snow, lands onto the snow. It's not that far a drop. It's not even 5 feet down to the ground. So the wagon slides off the road and crashes into the ice. The heavy supplies that were on the wagon cause it to break through the ice, and it starts to sink below the water, dragging the horses down with it. And so you continue, um, now compressed onto two wagons. Yeah, yeah, they're going to join you on your wagon and help get the robot onto your wagon. The hooded figure sort of looks at you and goes, "The problem with trying to get the problem with trying to get the supplies from the other wagon is going to be that most of the items will have been water. They'll just be drenched, and you'd have to almost get hypothermia going into the water after them." Okay, just need to move everyone together. So we're going to move on to the next map. As you arrive at the campsite, no, your bedrolls and stuff are on your wagon. Um, Jack's are in his inventory. Um, but it does mean that most of the food that the wagon was going to be taking to Icewind Dale has been lost. The food that wasn't your food. Like, this was a wagon train that was taking supplies in, and half the supplies are gone. This stuff happens. Niall looks over at you. Well, it's not like you lot could have helped it. Dangerous business, shipping supplies over these hills ever since the Frost Maiden cursed this whole area. Very dangerous bringing supplies in. Mm. But it's going to be a well. We're not going to make it to the next waypoint toward dark at the rate we're going, so we're going to have to camp here tonight. And the storms keep drawing in. But at least we didn't get wet. We're all good for that. The area you're in is in a small area of fir trees and is surprisingly warm for the worsening weather. Your life's work. Seems more like a massive paperweight to me. Okay, what's your passive perception like? Okay, anyone got passive perception less than 10? No, your passive perception. Yeah. Yep. Sounds like I suspect everyone will see it. The lynx is back. It's carrying something. It's a pack of rations. The lynx is clearly wet. Yeah, and it's creeping up towards Jocelyn, and it drops the little package down and then scoots off behind a rock. Jocelyn looks down and picks up the rations and looks over at the lynxel. And the lynxel pops his head back out and says, "Oh, seems our little friend's back." Now looks and laughs. Yeah, that big lynxel, he keeps sneaking up, following us around sometimes. Hostile? Of course not. That makes sense. They're quite small creatures, so yeah. No, this lynx has been following us the last few journeys we've made. It's harmless. Yeah, the little big blue over there. The lynx sneaks a little closer. Jostling opposite throws a little bit of food over to it, and the lynx grabs a little bit and scoots behind its rock and eats. Yeah, it's a harmless creature. Probably lost its probably lost most its mate or something in the weather since the curse. But yeah, it's no threat. Well, if we dish out who's going to be taking watches, I think everyone should be able to sleep until morning. We'll head on to the next. And we'll go from there. And I think um, I think that's where we'll end it for tonight. As um, as you've basically camped out about halfway to Icewind Dale, or you're in basically the storm that surrounds Icewind Dale. Um, so by the end of next session, you'll be at Icewind Dale, and um, assuming you don't have any trouble with wolves on your way there. Um, and it looks like you made a little bit of a friend on the way there, but you've made some bad losses. As I said, you lost the a lot of the food that was going to be going to the people of Icewind Dale, which may have consequences. But yeah, that will be remembered. But we will continue that next week as we continue Goblins versus Icewind Dale, same time next week. Bye, everybody. Well, we haven't got an outro at the moment. By the time we actually get to Icewind Dale, we'll have all the extras and things sorted out. But yes, so